This ain't nothing but an argument between two people.
Yeah.
Most of this movie is just an argument between two dudes who just happen to be vampires, and one is being a bitch about it. Just throwing a hissy fit. You know? I like being a vampire.
That's it exactly.
You're not taking this away from me. Oh, so you get to prance around being a vampire, but I can't? That's not fair.
Why don't you leave him alone? He needs to accept that he's a vampire and stop acting like he's not.
Yeah. Hey everyone, before we start the review, I need to let you know that this video is sponsored by Bespoke Post. And one of the things I love most about going out and meeting all you toasties is seeing all the cool and stylish people that we have in our community. You want to make that lifestyle that you live look even more cooler? Of course you do. And that is why you need to check out Bespoke Post. Bespoke Post is a monthly membership club that delivers top shelf goods right to your home to fit any kind of lifestyle that you have. Hey, do you like to cook? Maybe you like fine clothes. Are you a fashionable traveler? Or do you like the outdoors? Or maybe you're like me and you like impressing your friends with your fancy cocktail skills. Yeah, I'm bragging, and you know what? Bespoke Post is going to make me look good enough to brag even more, and they'll make you look good too. Just go to bespokepost.com and check out their boxes of awesome but affordable items, some of which I have right here. You know, we're going to be hitting the skies pretty soon for our live shows, and I'm definitely going to look great traveling with this Weekender carry-all bag right here. People, you can even get food. You can get live oysters, or as you see right here, you can get this lineup of tasty hot sauces called the Scorch. And if you notice closely right here, I've already been using some of this. The Jamaican is my favorite. I'm already halfway through the bottle because I've been putting this on everything. I love this so much, I'm about to put this on my cereal. It's no secret that we like our drinks in the studio, and the studio is going to look just a little more sophisticated with this nice decanter and Italian glass set known as the Parlor. So I know you're looking at this and saying, man, that stuff looks expensive. Yes, it does. And you know what? The value is very high, but the items themselves, very affordable, with each item costing about $70 or less. Sure, this stuff looks cool and looks sophisticated, but I use a couple of these items every day just for practical use, and I really enjoy it. And I know you're going to find something that you love too, but what you're really going to love is saving some money on some of these items right here. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to bespokepost.com/toasted20, enter the code toasted20, and save 20% off your first box. I want to thank Bespoke Post for sponsoring this portion of the video. And as always, I want to thank you for all your support. Thank you. Gonna talk about Morbius. And get it right, y'all. Let him live. Let Morbius live.
Can he live?
Can he live? I hope so, because it's in his name. Morbius, the living vampire. You see my man over here in the comics. You've also probably, in the comics, seen him hanging out with Spider-Man, or you might have even, and I did this last night for another Marvel person. Apparently, everybody likes to hang out with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's the guy to go to.
Oh, no, yeah, he is the go-to guy. You ain't shit if you ain't hanging out with Spider-Man.
If you ain't hanging out with Spider-Man, so Morbius said, let me get some of that Spider-Man over there. So some of the kids out there, you probably seen the gentler side of Morbius, the living vampire.
Back off! Damn. What do you think you're up to, creep? Leave me alone! Stay away!
Damn, he didn't put up a fight. Shit, he's the living bitch. he just, wow. He got kicked one time, like, okay, I give up, leave me alone.
Yeah, man, Spider-Man just jumped down on him with all his weight.
And was waiting on his ass in them bushes, too. we need some movies to show him that he's a badass out there.
Justice for Morbius.
Justice for Morbius. Dude, with a movie bring that? Well, they say, hey, you know, some things are better left off dead.
Yeah, quit while you're ahead. Sometimes.
Yeah, there's already a lot of controversy going on.
Is that right?
With this movie, and the controversy that's going on with this is, I mean, it's nothing too deep. It's just that, you know, there's been some word of mouth that it's not been too good, and then there's, you know, some things that better left off dead. people talking about how the director, he ain't even got faith in this.
Oh, really?
He went out there and, well, they're saying that, I don't know, but he went out there and just spoiled a bunch of things.
Marvel would never let him get away with that.
Marvel, you would never see him again. Marvel would pull some mafia shit on him, and he'd be dead.
Yeah.
The only reason why Tom Holland's still alive is because he is Spider-Man. They need him.
For now.
For now, yeah. You keep running your jibs out there. Wait, let them find another Spider-Man. I'll make a CG Tom Holland.
Right.
But as far as this movie, I mean, listen, I don't know too many Morbius fans out there, but
yeah, that's the thing, man. It's one of those where when it was announced, I was like, who's this movie for?
Yeah. I don't know too many. I've never really heard anybody that's like, damn, I can't wait for a Morbius movie. I've never heard that. I'm not saying they're not out there, but if you are that person and those people out there, I'm sure that they would say, well, Jared Leto is great casting. This is pretty awesome. He's got the features for it. And also, vampires are always cool, man. And it's about time, one way or another, we try to bring some horror into the Marvel universe, even if it's through Sony. Let's go ahead and take a look at your boy, Morbius the Living Vampire.
Just accept who you are. The bad guy.
These days, I appreciate any movie that's under 2 hours.
True.
And gives me my life back. But when this ended, and it's under 2 hours, it's about an hour and if you take the credits, about an hour and 40 minutes. But when this ended, I looked at the person next to me and scared the shit out of them because I was like, that's it? What? I was like, man, you...
I mean, I was like you to a degree where I was like, oh, okay, but now we get to the real climax. And it was just like, Morbius, black screen, done, over. And I had that confused feeling of, where's the rest of my movie?
Yeah.
But the other side of like, I get to go home.
People, let me tell you something. I wasn't asking for more Morbius. I mean, I wasn't asking for Morbius to come out and do an encore and shit. I wasn't asking for more Morbius right there. But this movie is so underwhelming. I said, surely there's got to be something more than this right here. Because people, when I looked over and I said, are y'all serious? Is it over? Are y'all seeing what I'm seeing? Mm-hmm. The movie said, nah, man. Morbius looked up at he looked right at the people. He looked up from the screen right at the people like, what y'all still doing here?
Yeah.
This big letter M, this big ass M came up on the screen. And then it said directed by.
Yep.
Get the out. Stay for the stingers though. We'll talk about that in a minute.
It's like that old joke. The food at that restaurant is so horrible. I know, and they give you so little.
Yeah.
Like,
that shit, except for those stupid ass stingers, that movie said, nah, that was that. I'm confused. I have never seen a movie like this where I didn't want more but felt like I needed more. You know what I'm saying? What is this feeling? I've never had this.
Yeah, well.
Now, the reasons why I thought that there was surely more going on with this, let me explain. It's because for all this talk about vampires and Spider-Man and multiverses and tragic characters, it's just really, for all that stuff right there, you think that you would have a full movie. You think you would have a fully loaded movie, just chock full of goodness. But for all that stuff right there, this ain't nothing but an argument between two people.
Yeah.
Most of this movie is just an argument between two dudes who just happen to be vampires, and one is being a bitch about it. Just throwing a hissy fit. You know what I'm saying? I like being a vampire.
That's it exactly.
You're not taking this away from me. Oh, so you get to prance around being a vampire, but I can't? That's not fair.
Why don't you leave him alone? He needs to accept that he's a vampire and stop acting like he's not.
Yeah. It's like, are you talking about a vampire or gay? You know, it's just like, he just needs to accept who he is. Man, you need to calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down.
You calm down. That's, man, now it ain't all like that, but that's, when you come down to it, that's the plot right there.
I mean, that's the crux of it.
That's the crux of it, yes. Dr. Michael Morbius, he wants to find a cure for a rare blood disease that he's had since he's been a child. He also hopes to find a cure for his best friend, Milo, who the adult Milo is played by Matt Smith. But as they have the same disease, they sup together, so therefore they've become very close. They even say, we got nobody else but each other. We're brothers. Mm-hmm. So he hopes to find a cure for Milo himself, and with that, now I'm talking about them being friends as children. What a coincidence. Milo grows up to be rich. Michael Morbius grows up to be smart. Hey, man, I'm smart. You rich. Give me some money for research.
and Milo's not just rich. He's like with Russian goons on his payroll around him all the time rich.
Like, we don't even know what he does.
We don't.
He's like a gangster or something, but we don't know.
This movie is allergic to character development.
It really is. Because I don't know what the hell Milo does. They never talk about what he does for a living, but they insinuate that it might be shady because he might be in some gangster shit, and since Morbius is doing some kind of irresponsible research, we can all keep this on the down low. I'm doing dirty things. You got dirty money. Hey, we're brothers. Let's find a cure together.
Yeah.
So when you got Dr. Michael Morbius, who irresponsibly injects himself with vampire bat blood, which, according to science, turns you into a vampire.
I have to believe he messed around with it some. but you got to admit, they give you a whole lot of bat facts right before they get to that part to try to sell you on this pseudoscience.
Yeah, this should come with a pamphlet about bats. But hey, according to the science of the world, you just get some good DNA, some bat DNA, and inject yourself, instant vampire.
Yep.
So all you goth kids out there, if you can get a hold of some bat DNA, you can live your dreams, your Twilight dreams and shit.
That's right. You get to become a vampire without dying. The living vampire.
The living vampire. Yes. So there you go, people. Oh, what an education you getting here today. Bat DNA turns you to a vampire, and you still get to live.
It's like I went to school today and learned some stuff.
But the real story here is that old buddy Milo he steals some of the DNA. I guess he drinks it and he becomes a vampire. The difference is between him and Morbius. Morbius says, "Oh, this is such a curse and a burden.
I'll only drink the artificial blood."
Yeah, artificial blood, like sativa for blood or something.
I mean, stevia.
Stevia, whatever, And Milo's like, that. Shit, the world was mean to me, so I'm meeting everybody. Stupid ass. And I tell you what, I ain't gonna lie, I kinda understand where, I ain't saying this right, but I kinda understand where Milo's coming from, because when Milo was a kid, boy, he got an ass whooping. He got the kind of ass whooping as a kid that sticks with you for life.
Sure.
They beat the shit out this kid. They viciously beat him. They knocked those crutches out from under his ass and went and got on the ground. They gang kicked him, man.
This is the second superhero movie we've seen where bullies beat up a crippled kid.
Hell yeah.
On crutches.
Yeah, there was Shazam the first time. Yeah. By the way,
hit him with a car.
So the bright side is at least they couldn't drive.
Right.
I don't think that this is a terrible movie. I've seen, believe me, as many bad movies as I've watched, I've seen worse. I've seen much, much worse. And I say this because it showed promise at the beginning. It's just that it's a very flat movie.
It is, up until adult Matt Smith shows up, when Milo and all that. it's a B movie.
Yeah.
I was just watching.
Yeah.
I was like, this has all the sensibilities of a B movie. It's just running through these plot points quickly, with exposition and no character development. And like you say, it's flat. And I felt the same way. I was like, for all I heard about this, it's not good, but I've seen worse.
I've seen people.
I ain't mad.
It's flat. It's flat. People, you ever have? It's flat soda and beer. You know how flat soda and beer is? At first you drinking it and got that fizz on it and it's got all that flavor, but you let it sit there long enough, and it's flat as.
Yeah, that ones that you open and get psst, you like, oh shit, and then by the time it's almost like between the time you lifted it up and got it to your lips, all the carbonation was gone.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, it sat there too damn long because at first it was kind of flavorful. At first, I was like, damn, it got Martin when the movie opened up. That first 5 minutes was, and I was like, all right, and I had some good sips, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why, because I think it starts out cool. As long as you don't ask questions, as long as you don't question science here, it's all right, because it's a comic book movie, so you let stupid science slide. We know that. I mean, shit, they ain't no, I ain't gonna criticize Morbius for bat DNA turning him into a Batman, the real Batman, and
but a spider.
But a spider. Oh, but we're gonna cheer on Peter Parker for getting bit by a radioactive spider, and now he got webs coming out of his hands, or he can build webs too. I ain't gonna criticize him. We all know how this works. But with this, the reason why this is cool is because the beginning of this is, and we talked about this with another movie or another show. The beginning of this is a horror movie. It's a light PG-13 horror movie, but it is definitely a horror movie. And it ain't like the Moon Knight, which we talked about last night, which that has horror elements in it, but it's not really a horror show. This is a horror movie in the beginning, and it doesn't actually. It's not too bad. Because when they go in, it caught me off guard. I did not expect Morbius to go off this hard on these people and just have this kind of body count this early in the movie pile up like it did. Oh. Damn, killed him so fast, he had his ass doing a Thriller dance.
I know. and he thought the worst he was going to get was just what he got at first with the pipe and all, but no.
No, shit, he sliced his ass so bad, had him look like Michael Jackson.
Bang, bang.
Look at that. How? Woo! Nah, man. Oh, but for anybody that's worried about all these people that he's taking out right here, hey, don't worry. Most of them were probably bad people.
Yes.
Yeah, they say, hey, don't worry about this. The movie lets us know that they might be bad guys. Mm-hmm. Maybe. The movie says
most likely.
They say these assholes probably had it coming. Mm-hmm. We don't know for sure, but they were mercenaries. You know what you did. Sure. Because we gotta make sure that we don't feel uncomfortable with Morbius.
But we gotta still like him.
Yeah.
We gotta still root for him.
Yeah, if the movie starts out him murdering children or old ladies or something, we checking out. But nah, man, he killed dudes with guns who probably did some dirt somewhere. Mm-hmm. Because
they had guns first, so
as mercenaries always do. Because apparently that's just racist. All mercenaries are assholes. That's not right.
Not all mercenaries.
I tell you, this has the usual entertaining stuff in it. There's because this is an origin movie. So this has Morbius, discovering his powers. They got moments with good special effects where he's testing out his powers. Even though there's one scene that they didn't have the time, so he just got onto a tape recorder and just describing all his powers that he had. And I was like, damn, it'd be real cool if you could just show it.
Yeah, that's money though. We can just tell you.
As I said,
trust us.
Yeah, exactly. Some of the special effects are cool. there's a lot of the with the special effects. You know, some of it looks cool, but outdated techniques. Like they do a lot of the fast and then the slow-mo thing. You know, there's a lot of that in there, which is just pretty much like they're posing. You know, like, don't this look cool? They do a lot of that in this, and it feels a little outdated right there. But you know, I was interested. I really was interested in the beginning of the movie with the way it was set up as a horror film. I was interested to see how they have a character that starts out as pretty much a savage beast, this monster. I wanted to see how he would transition into hero status. But as the movie eases into superhero stuff, that's when it turns into just two dudes just bickering at each other. You know, the whole thing of, and it really is this thing of like, you know, I'm gonna stay a vampire. Oh, the hell you will. Oh, you gonna stop me? You know, and this is like, all right, you know what? It felt like pretty much filler when they couldn't really do anything clever with the rest of the ideas that they had.
Yeah, it's filler that takes up half the movie.
It's an argument with special effects. That's all it is. And I mean, that's just my perception of it, because I was just looking at it, I was like, I wasn't saying I was bored by it, because at the time I thought like, all right, after they're done fighting, we're going to get into some more characterization or something.
What will this lead to?
Yeah. You know what it led to?
The exit.
Yeah, it led to credits. The movie's so, you know, and the movie's so focused on this that the characters become dull. I think the exception is Matt Smith. You know, Matt Smith, he's having fun with this. You know, he acts like, he really does act like a handicapped guy that got his legs back.
And is an asshole.
He's first thing he do, he's in his room just dancing. He goes out to the bar looking for chicks, you know. I mean, and of course he eats people, and that's not a good thing. But you know, but
yeah, you don't want to overlook that.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget
that one little flaw. Come on, he's only human, or at least he was before all this.
My problem with this is that Milo, played by Matt Smith, it just turns evil almost for no reason. Mm-hmm. I mean, they give a reason, but it's extreme.
He's extremely evil, like that,
like quick,
super quick. Because it's like at that point where like, all right, you stole the DNA and you're a vampire. Go on about your business.
Yeah. Ain't listening to reason. Mm-mm. You know, it really did turn into, like, he just turned into a brat. It was like, why you get to drink it? And why can I be a vampire? And that was like in 5 minutes. And the reason why I had that in 5 minutes is because, well, we need a villain.
Yeah.
And we need one quick.
We need one quick because, all right, Michael has killed people. How can we make him a hero?
Exactly.
To have someone so much worse.
Yes, exactly. But you know, Matt Smith is having a lot of fun with it, and I had fun watching him. You know, he's doing what he can with the material, and fortunately, he's given like the juiciest part in the movie too. You know, because and y'all saying, "Wow, that ain't given to the title character." No, it is not. I'm gonna tell you, Jared Leto. Jared Leto's he's not bad, and everybody knows he's a great actor. Guy's got an Academy Award. He transforms himself in a lot of movies that he's in.
You got to give him credit that he is a completely different character in every movie.
Yeah, I a lot of respect to Jared Leto as an actor. Nothing that I'm criticizing him about is his acting ability. This is the writing here. The thing is that he's so sullen in this movie. You know, he's got that quiet torment going on that, you know, I got it when you were sick, man. You know, I understand. You were weak. But you a vampire now. Wake your ass up. Have some fun with it. I actually think that the character, they try to make him so conflicted that the character just needs to be infused with a little bit of humor.
He cracked a couple of jokes here and there.
Yeah, but he cracked. But they were all cracked like this.
I know.
Hey, Martin. Knock, knock.
You know, you're right. And they were very dry. And it was like, oh, yeah. That was a joke. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It was a joke. Yeah. Knock, knock. Who's there? Hold on. Yeah, the joke ain't even funny no more. You know, Jesus, when you tell a joke, have some life. Yeah. You know, he did some one-liners.
Yeah, some one-liners.
But you know, you hit it. Somebody say, yeah, he's no Venom. No, I tell you that Venom at least had fun. Venom at least knew how to take a joke and tell one. It wasn't funny all the time, but at least he had fun. But, you know, it's appropriate that, you know, he's acting sullen most of the movie, even when he's a vampire. It is appropriate, but it doesn't make the character interesting. Why is Tyrese in this movie?
Shh. I was going to ask you, because, yeah, him and Al Madrigal, are they detectives or FBI or whatever they are? They are way out of place in this.
I don't know what the hell. Again, nothing against these two actors right here, but especially Tyrese. Tyrese just walking through this movie looking lost. I got to ask you something, too. Because I don't want to come across as callous to somebody's physical appearance, and Tyrese not to worry about it. He's handsome as hell. But does Tyrese have an actual, did somebody cut him on his throat or something? Does he have an actual scar on his throat?
Oh, I just assumed that was, yeah, I noticed that.
I was like, is that part of the movie?
I just thought that was part of the character, but they
didn't get
again,
no backstory.
Yeah, you know, I mean, look, you see the way this movie's chopped up. It could easily be a subplot that's on the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
Or I guess in the deleted into the trash.
Yeah, I don't understand why they got this man in here just walking around.
Yeah.
Doing nothing.
No, these two dudes serve no purpose.
No. They serve a purpose. Take up everybody's goddamn time. The thing is, if you're the average moviegoer, this, you know, this might be all right. And I can see that. It might be okay. If you're a Marvel fan, though, chances are you could be very pissed with the way things are going. They got these two stingers in this movie, and we ain't spoiling nothing for nobody because they already put it in the trailer.
Yeah. Matter of fact, they cut those stingers up to make you think something is going down that is not going down.
People, they already put it. They already put it in the trailer. So don't sit up here and talk about, man, y'all spoiling everything. And ain't nobody spoiling a goddamn thing. They put it right here front and center. Shit, Michael Keaton came out even see. He pretty much said stinger in his trailer right here. Mm-hmm. Boy, these dumbass stingers. But that
trailer you just showed made it look like he is a part of this story.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things that people mad about too. They're like, damn, you made it look like he was a major character in here. Which people are saying, damn, well, the way this movie's going, he should have been. I don't really like it, but he could have brought some life to this goddamn movie right here. Sony, with one simple Michael Keaton, Sony is making this multiverse stuff. They're making it stupid.
Stupid.
They're making it not confusing, not convoluted. It is those. But they're making it stupid, y'all. This is the kind of shit that makes you ask Disney, was Spider-Man worth it?
Right.
Shit, I'm asking myself, I want to... You know, yeah. I love the Spider-Man we got. I wanted that Spider-Man. I was thankful for it, but I look at this shit and I'm like, damn, maybe I should be careful what I wish for.
Exactly. Monkey's paw.
Yeah, the monkey's paw. Sony got monkey hands, y'all. People who know Michael Keaton from the Spider-Man movies, or Spider-Man, the Homecoming, Spider-Man Homecoming. You know, he played the Vulture, Adrian Toomes. Adrian Toomes. He plays the Vulture in that. So, again, this is not a spoiler. Y'all know, you can look at the trailer and guess what happened. After all the multiverse shenanigans that we had with Doctor Strange, and when I say this, I'm not lying. With all that stuff, they had Michael Keaton literally pop up in this movie. Shit, even Michael Keaton, when he probably like, what the f*** am I doing in this movie?
He was like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, he's like, what the hell? He's like, really? What the hell am I doing in this film? Just like everybody else. And he's like, well, shit, I'm here. I'm just gonna roll with it. Mm-hmm. And where we roll is into a very, very, very stupid place with this. You know, this thing that they're doing with this multiverse, for anybody even said, you know what, man, look, yeah, calm your ass down. You know, you knew what was going to happen. You knew this is how it was going to be. Hey, Marvel can't, you know, they can't be on a successful run forever. But this is something that could be easily avoided. Mm-hmm. This is something that if y'all just took your time, but this is where we are. We're at the place where we were afraid we would be, where Marvel and Disney have given Sony so much leverage that they are coming in and just kind of just tainting all the stuff that they built. And I say tainting lightly. Ruining it, shitting on it is what they're doing. Because it doesn't, if I may just, can I just tell y'all about these stingers? This is where it'd be a little bit spoilerish, but I'll wait till we're done with the review.
I just want to say I was never a fan of the multiverse to begin with because of things like this because it's like this opens the door for this kind of thing.
Well, that's what I was always afraid of too. I complained about this for the longest time. I said, once they start doing this, once you open that crack, that dimension, that portal, that door, you ain't bringing in 3 Spider-Man. You are, but you also bringing in the devil. And that is what's going on right now. I'll tell you about these stingers after we're done with our ratings, because we're about to wrap this up. But I'll let you go ahead and run with it, man.
Well, I like you. In the beginning, I was like, well, it's it's an expensive B movie, and maybe there's nothing wrong with that. You can roll with it. But a thing you said, you talked about the effects being outdated. And that's what I realized by the time we get to the second act. It's like, this entire movie is outdated. The characters are all flat. In the beginning, it had the potential, what it set up with Michael and everything, but everything goes flat real quickly. It's all about just moving. And even trying to build in a romance, they don't do the work, so you don't feel it.
Yeah.
There's major characters who die, and you just kind of like shrug. You're like, well, barely got to know you. It doesn't mean anything.
So what would you give it?
So I was totally on the low rental train until those stingers, and I was like, this has really crossed over into some bullshit. And it's not just me like, I'm punishing you for that. I was like, it just set me at a point where I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, this is how I feel about it.
I think the setup is good. I think the whole horror part is good. Even the part with his friend, as silly as it is, the introduction of that with Matt Smith and them having their disagreement, that's a little bit compelling. But, it just goes to a point where this movie doesn't go anywhere at all. I'll give it a rental, leaning on a low rental, because I'm not. There are rentals where I'm like, oh man, it's fun. It's a high rental. Go check it out. I'm not really recommending anybody saying this. Now, if you catch it, there'll probably be some things that'll be fine with it for you. Let me tell y'all about these stingers here, and why this don't make any sense, and why this needs to stop right now. I'm sure Kevin Feige is somewhere throwing chairs and talking about what the have I done? Mm-hmm. We got to figure this out, because this is getting out of hand, because it's ruining continuity. Now we're not doing this thing anymore. We're just kind of like, oh, we have the flexibility of the multiverse to do whatever we like. No, that flexibility is doesn't mean that you can't still follow rules that you set up. And they have set up rules. And Spider-Man, No Way Home, what they set up was that, okay, for anybody who hasn't seen the movie, if you have, then I'm sorry, I'm spoiling it for you right now. But Doctor Strange opens up a multiverse where, trying to help Peter Parker, where villains from other Spider-Man movies over at Sony are brought over. Okay, and that's the only thing that's happening. People who know Spider-Man and villains that crossed over. So in this movie, the Vulture never crossed over, so why the is he crossing back?
Yeah, it's like an exchange program.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe, now, to be honest with you, if they want to, I'm not going to nerd out too much on this and harp on it too bad, because they can always make up rules where, well, there was an error that caused another Vulture from another dimension to come over and whatnot.
Oh, that's true. So, I just figured it was one like, hey, portals open here, portals open there. We got some of your guys, they got some of ours. And
yeah,
I mean, all of it is kind of nonsense anyway.
It is. I mean, even
in No Way Home, it's nonsense.
They broke their own rules there.
Yeah.
There's another stinger where he comes down and he has his wings, He's got his Vulture wings and whatnot. But he built all that with Tony Stark tech.
Yeah.
In this dimension there, I don't know. Maybe there's a...
Yeah, because he comes over just wearing nothing but a prison uniform.
Yeah.
So how he gets all his tech again...
Yeah, I don't know. The director said, well, funny thing about that old Vulture, he's a resourceful guy. So it means he can just go to the junkyard, Home Depot, the junkyard, and pick up some shit and make those things. It can be explained away, but the real problem with this is that it's so blatant that now if we could sit up here and really make excuses like that all day long, because this is comic book stuff. It's open to that, but they didn't really. It just seems like they really did not try to hide that. We are forcing this whole Spider-Man thing on our end, especially now that we know how valuable Spider-Man is and how much money he made. And not just that little old Tom Holland Spider-Man that y'all got over there. Shit, our Spider-Man makes money too. Andrew Garfield?
Yeah.
OG Tobey Maguire, they're like, shit, they still making bank too? So they about to make Tobey Maguire's old ass go out there and do some more movies. And with what they're doing right here, they're talking about bringing Andrew Garfield.
That's what I figured.
And this is going to be his world.
Yeah.
And that's cool, but man, if y'all don't stop kind of cramming this and forcing it like it feels like right now, all of this is going to still be a mess. You tried to do it before and it fell apart because you're forcing it. And it's going to happen here if you don't do that.
It is so forcing it in that, yeah, the Vulture coming out and a big scene to get him and Morbius to meet up. And you're going, what circumstances put the two of you together?
Yes.
And you go like, well, it could be this. It's like, yeah, it could be anything. But they don't even allude to any of it. You know why they're together? Because we put them together. That's why. Now sit down and shut up.
And it's the same lazy ass dialogue that we always see. They ain't got nothing. They're just trying to have any kind of quick scene that they can shoot with the littlest amount of dialogue. You called. What do you need? Oh, I had plans. I'm interested. You know, all that kind of shit. Yeah.
Plans involving Spider-Man. I got to make sure I say the name.
Yeah, why don't you just look at the cameras and say, yeah, I got plans about Spider-Man. Y'all know what's up with that, right? God, man. It's I can make a lot of excuses, but when it seems like y'all just doing this and throwing it together just to get something out there quick.
Just a quick cash grab.
And these movies now are associated they're associated with the Marvel Universe, and when they keep forcing this stuff and making them bad, they inching up slowly on all the best laid plans that Marvelism has put out there. Mm-hmm. So that's the only thing I'm saying. I'm not even saying this as a comic book fan or comic book movie fan. I'm just saying, damn, that was a great business plan y'all had going on.
No, there just might be a point where they have to sit Spider-Man down and give him his papers.
Yeah, and it's
we gotta let you go.
And I'm good.
It's not your fault, but this is business.
Yeah, and that ain't happening because they plan out like 9 more movies now. You know what? Get that black Spider-Man up in there.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's only like shit. We on his black ass too. Exactly. So you know what? Yeah. Go ahead, go on, son. Go on in there. Yeah. You want it? Gonna cost you though.
He on his black ass.
If it sounds like slavery, it's because it is. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts.